Today, myself, Rich and Blake are going to do a 4-hour bike ride where we each have a completely different nutrition plan, but
Where the heck is Blake?
I'm over here. I'll be a couple of minutes.
Unbelievable.
I think I'm gonna be feeling this all day. In my stomach, oh, my stomach.
So we're doing a 4-hour bike ride to demonstrate what the science boffins think we need to consume for that length of time.
Now, they reckon you need to have about 60 to 80 grams of carbs per hour. However, that can look very different, should we say, in different kinds of food.
Yeah, where I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna smash all my carbs for the 4-hour ride, which is equivalent to 4 full English breakfasts, whereas Rich is gonna carry just gels and some powder form and liquid diet for him today, and you are packing all the correct food for a good ride.
Yeah, well, I suppose we better get on with it, or leave you to it, mate.
Yeah.
Anyway, good luck with that.
Yeah, I've still got another one to come. That's a Dublo. I've got another Dublo.
To make this fair, we have carb loaded the day before, which is 8 grams of carbs per kilo of body weight for the whole day. And this will ensure we're on a level playing field before we start. We're all using the same amount of electrolytes to stay hydrated, and we're weighing ourselves before and after the ride to see if we've stayed on track with our hydration.
I'm travelling light today, even though after that fry-up, I'm definitely not feeling light. I've got my Camelback Podium Flow hip pack with me, I've got a bottle of water in there, as well as some tools and spares, just in case I need them.
8 scoops, last one for luck there, and that is all the carbs I need in my drink. I'm gonna combine that with gels as well, and I'm gonna be one carb-loaded monster today. Gain, son! Right, you guys ready? You're fully Englished up. Anna, you've got your snacks. I've got powders, gels, and God knows what else in it, so see you all in 4 hours' time.
I'll see you when I throw up on the side of the
The plan is to head out in different directions at our own pace to see how far we can ride using our different fueling strategies.
3. I literally just pedaled from there, and I'm in zone 2. Oh. Right, we're off. 4 hours, about a 65k-ish loop I've got planned with the option to extend it, and my backpack of choice is the Camelback Chase 8. It's got a 2-litre bladder in it. It's kind of like a race vest. It's lightweight, it's minimalistic, but it takes exactly what I need. So I've got it loaded up with gels, a few little spares that I'm gonna need potentially, because I'm going to some places I've never been. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's kind of like my go-to vest. It's what I use on a lot of the epic-y kind of rides when I don't want to take too much. It's my choice for today.
So luckily I've got a Camelback mule to carry all my snacks with, but you have to get it out. Usually I drink powder like Rich is doing, and it's all in my water and I can have it on the go. This is about 60 grams of carbs right here. I should have eaten this already. How I'm gonna eat it on the go is another matter, but well, let's give it a whirl. I'm using my Camelback strap as a banana dispenser. Skills! Oh, they're falling! Ah!
16.35 kilometers. I feel absolutely dreadful. Like, I can't even hold down my drink because my stomach's so full. I'm just riding along going, and then just like liquid. Oh, it's just disgusting. I feel, I feel bad, man. I need to go for a little sleep. So lethargic. My goal was to do 10K every hour, so I get 40K in for 4 hours, just like
I would say kind of chill, but not chill. But no, suffering.
And I feel absolutely dreadful. My stomach's bloated. I'm sweating. I'm carrying all my food, not in a backpack, but in my stomach. And it's not the food you want to take on a ride. You don't want to be taking sausages, fried eggs, fried bread. I hate fried bread. I hate it. Anyway. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh, let's crack on a bit. And then just, hopefully this feeling goes away. It's been an hour and a half of riding and I still feel crap. It's not the one. No. I think I have to call it in a minute. I'm just done. 40k is not going to be. I'm done. Don't do it. Don't eat all your calories. Carbohydrates, and get on the road. It's not the one. Ah, this is a sick trail.
Okay, the time has come to crack me first gel. Now, on today's ride, all three of us should be sticking to zone 3 when it comes to heart rate. So this is about 75 to 85% of max. Now, on an average ride, like we said before, you're supposed to consume 60 to 80 grams of carbs per hour. So obviously I've got 30 grams of carbs in here. I've got a really strong sort of carb-based powder in my water as well to sort of keep that topped up. So this is 30 grams in here alone. And I'm gonna have at least one of these per hour. I'll squeeze all the goodness out. So on a day like today, I'm gonna need to consume a little bit more than that. Now, the average human's probably good with consuming around 75 grams. It's quite a lot, right? You know, when we're sweating a lot, you don't not need to just get the carbs in, but the electrolytes as well. So your intake has to be elevated. And today is a hot day. As you can see, I'm getting a little bit of a sweat on already here. And that's because actually, 1, it's a big ride. 2, it's a constant ride. And 3, the weather is a really hot day. You know, actually, well, compared to some of you out there, I'm sure it's not that hot, but it's about 26, 27 degrees Celsius here today. So that's gonna sort of elevate everything up and cause you to sweat even more.
So the reason we're all going off in different directions is because we're all of different fitness levels, we've all got different bikes, so we'll all go at different speeds. So in order to make it consistent and fair, when we're talking about burning carbs and burning calories, we're doing 4 hours in completely different routes, but we're staying at heart rate zone 3. So our effort is level, and that's why we're all in different places right now. But it makes it a bit more interesting as well. I don't envy Blake eating 4 breakfasts before a bike ride, but yeah, I've got my own problems.
Did you see? I just threw up there. Oh, yeah. That's a bit of sick. That's a bit of sick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look. Bit of bacon or something.
Okay, so in order to have my lunch, I'm gonna have to stop, which is gonna mess with my heart rate zones a little bit, but there's really no other way of going about it. So all my food's in here. Let me run you through it. You've already seen me eat 4 bananas. That was about 60 grams of carbs. Also, these are around about 20, so I need to eat that before the hour's up. These nuts, there's actually not much carbs in nuts at all. This portion here is 24 grams. So I'm gonna have to eat that and this bag of mango. So actually dried fruit has a lot more carbs in it because there's a lot of sugars in there. And this is actually per 100 grams is 73. So it's almost my hour's intake in that. So I'm gonna get that in my pocket and try and eat that on the bike. And then also I've got a Mars bar in here, classic Mars bar. Oh no, actually it's a Snickers, my bad. And carbohydrate for that is 58 grams. So there is actually a lot of carbs in Snickers, and people do choose to eat Snickers and Mars and other similar chocolate bars to get their carbs in. And there's nothing wrong with that per se, but the Snickers will have a lot more fat and a lot more protein in it as well as carbs. And that will slow down your digestion in comparison to an energy bar that is really designed to be high in carb and easy to digest. So that is the kind of problem. Bearing in mind this is 60 grams of no, it is 28 grams of carbs for a Snickers. You're gonna need to eat 2 or 3 of those per hour. I feel a bit sick if I had to do that. Anyway, let's eat my pasta pot.
We're at the beautiful Tintern Abbey. So I want to talk though, why do sort of athletes, XC riders, downhill riders, what endurance athletes use gels, powders, chews, things like that? It's essentially because they can get the carbs they need, and only the carbs they need, quicker and more directly. There are no fats, there's no proteins, things like that, which are going to slow down the digestion of those carbohydrates, which you need for energy. It's also worth noting that obviously these sort of intense carbohydrates that you are taking on can give you an upset stomach. Now, I've experienced this in the past. It's not a fun time. Like I say, we're taking 60 to 80 roughly a day. Pro Tour de France riders, they'll be having up to 120 an hour. But you got to kind of work your body up to that. You got to train and get your body used to consuming that amount of carb. Because otherwise, well, let's just face it, you're going to have an explosive time on your hands, if not, and it can make things very uncomfortable. So go steady, ease into it.
Yeah, that was starting to get a bit tough by the end. Whew. I'm not hungry. I don't know if I ever want to eat again. Yeah, do a wheelie.
Nice. 70k done.
Jeez.
4 hours 6. Just a job.
4 hours, 7 minutes moving time. 1 hour 46.
Blake,
That's.
how is your nutrition plan?
I would highly recommend you don't do what I did today. It's probably the worst ride I've done in months or years.
Yeah.
So I took in 184 grams of carbs, which is quite a lot. My moving time was 1 hour and 45 minutes, so pretty much half. And
why was that?
Well, I threw most of it up. I think all my energy went to my stomach.
Nutrition and plan don't go together, and that what you're
No.
eating.
No, exactly. And I drank 4 litres of water, weighed myself, and I added a kilo.
Wow, yeah,
Kilo
but that's
added.
probably just water to try and make yourself feel better
yeah.
after.
You really went the wrong way.
No, and I
Yeah.
feel hungover. So
And
for
how
the kids
was
out there.
how was it when you were actually riding? What did it feel like?
Oh, my energy was cut in half.
Really?
Literally, I was dead. And I've never ridden and thrown up at the same time, multiple times.
Nice.
Not ideal.
I mean, technically, you should eat but like 2 hours before you exercise, so you don't really have time to digest it. But I think it's quite realistic that people come to a trail centre and smash a fry up and
Yeah.
then get on it. It's not great.
It's not
just
great,
sits there,
no.
doesn't it? That's
It's
the
like
trouble.
it's like when as your mother says, don't eat and then go for a swim because you'll sink
That
Yeah,
is what
or
your
you'll
mother says.
explode.
or you'll explode.
Like, don't jump in the pool.
Yeah, you die.
So I felt equally rubbish. I also took on 180 grams of carbs throughout my ride, but I didn't throw up because it was slowly, but I've got so much left because I just couldn't get it all in. Like physically, it was annoying to stop and it was hard to ride and breathe at the same time, but also I just started feeling really sick and I just didn't want to eat anymore, so I couldn't physically get it in. So I got away with it for 4 hours, but I think if it had been any longer or any more intense, like this plan just wouldn't
did you remain in zone 3?
I did, yeah. And I remained that as an average, but my overall moving time was cut short a little bit because I had to like stop a lot and I'd pause my Garmin. So the stats are right, but I had to stop a lot. So that was really annoying. And same as you, I felt like every time I ate, my heart rate would spike and then my legs would just be like really slow and my pace would go down.
Lethargic.
Where like, I guess the blood would be moving to like my stomach instead of my legs and not fueling.
Yeah, I mean, it actually requires more energy and is harder work for your body to digest that lot rather. Because it's so much other stuff in with it.
The blood's not going to the muscles in my legs where it needs to be.
Can we move that?
No, sorry, mate. Sorry. How was your plan, by the way?
I had a good day out. Crushed some miles. Rode for 4 hours. I mean, it's sunny out. But on like I actually lost 2.4 kilos.
Ooh.
Blimey.
So I lost weight.
Yeah.
I was 88.45. I went down to 86.05.
My weight.
Yeah, and then I actually only drank 900 ml of water.
Oh, that's not good.
It's not good, is it?
I mean, you say that, but I feel fine.
Yeah.
So maybe it was the electrolytes and things that were in that water that helped out. And also I consumed, 3 gels, plus it was in the water. It was about 120, 130 grams of carbs as well. Now, the good thing is, obviously, I can munch on the go. They're quite easy to consume, direct into you.
Yeah.
The downside is that they're a bit bland. Okay. As in, like, there are lots of gels out there, as I said sort of earlier on in the video. There's lots of flavours and different things work for different people. But to just knock back gels and powder and nothing else, you need like a bit of sustenance.
So a mixture
full English
of the
breakfast
two
you need.
is pretty good, isn't
Blended. Blended in the Camelback with the powders. No one needs that.
it? Well, guys, what do you think? Let us know down in the comments below. I think it's a bit of horses for courses and it depends what sort of effort you're putting in.
Yeah.
But what do you prefer? Do you go for gels, powders, or real food? Do you eat before,
For real
or after,
food.
or during? Let us know down in the comment below what works for you.